Hey there, folks. I was doing a video yesterday and I showed off a little light that I have in my gun. It's really minimalist, so it doesn't require any attachments. But let's first clear the gun to make sure it's safe. It's empty. Empty. Right? Alright. So, to explain the laser guide rod, this is not an opening. I put this laser in here so long ago, I don't really have the box or any of that stuff, but I know that they cost around $250. And they're pretty neat. So that's the disassemble. Here's the slide in the barrel, and here's the laser guide rod. You see at the very tip there, you can see inside there. There's a bit of a, you could tell there's a laser in there, an LED laser of a sort. Pretty nifty, actually. Now these things are not cheap, but they're pretty nifty, because if you don't want any attachments to your gun, but you want to have the ability to get on target, these things come zeroed anywhere from 15 to 25 yards out of the box. You don't have to do none of that. And I've tested it because I put a bore sight aligner in my barrel and walked back 45 feet, 15 yards, and they were dead on. So, but when you have to change the batteries, you gotta be real careful, because see, there's a little, you can see there's a little notch right there. You see that notch? That notch right there has to fit in. The groove. There's a groove right in there somewhere. You see that? The groove. So otherwise, if you miss the notch into that groove, your laser is going to be all cockeyed. It's going to be cockeyed. It's not gonna be zeroed. So, and you can buy battery packs off Amazon. See, I just put these as replacement in here. These aren't even the actual batteries, but they work. It usually comes with a battery pack of 3 and they're taped together. You can get them off of Amazon. But these aren't even the right batteries, so I won't bother telling you what battery that is. But they fit and they work, so I didn't really care. But just in case you were wondering, yesterday I made a video and I turned on my little laser. And I know maybe some people don't know about the laser guide rods, but they're pretty neat. But they're not cheap. They're in between, they're around $250. So, we'll just reassemble this. And when you do that, I want to make sure this, the notch, I want to make sure this is upward. And you want to make sure that when you put it in there that you squeeze and flex it, the spring in there nice and easy, because the contact for the battery has to touch the metal in order for the batteries to want to work. But if you don't do it right, you can easily snap that little piece off, and then your laser guide rod will be junk. So you just make sure you're in here. And I just cleaned my gun, but maybe you, if you ever got a laser guide rod, would want to clean that area up real good. Make sure this part's nice and clean. I mean, I already cleaned it, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm gonna put this right in here, just like this, and I'm gonna just set it right here real easy, and then I'm gonna make sure I squeeze that sucker in there to get the contact in there, and then I want to make sure that this is aligned. And I know I already hit the groove alright, and how you can test before you assemble is basically just, you know, take your gun and, you know, make sure it's in alignment. I would point at the wall and look at my front sight and just basically, no, it's either on or it's off, and it looks like it might be a little bit off, so I'm gonna take that out and check to make sure that I got into the little groove just right, or maybe I just move it around just a touch here. Yeah, that looks like it's pretty close to on. No. Take it out just to make sure that this is in the groove just right. Because if you're not in that groove just right, that little groove, there's a groove that the plastic thing seats into. And if you're not in there just right, you'll be crooked as a dog's hind leg. Okay. So, reinstall. Make sure that's in there. Got it at the wall. Yeah, there it looks like it's dead on now. It's dead on. So that's installed, and then it's just bam, we're good to go. And it comes with a tool in the box to begin with, and see this little takedown switch right here. They'll trade you out this piece, so it's just a little bit more protruded, so you can get a good grip on it, because that's how you turn it on. You hit that button on the side, and then you got yourself a laser. You hit the button on the side, it turns off. And like I said, they come out of the box zeroed at around 10, or not 10, but 15 to 25 yards, which is 45 feet and further. 45 feet being 15 yards. So yeah, and that's if you want nice clean look to your gun. You don't want any, you know, you don't need a light, or you don't want the reticle and stuff, but you still want to be able to get on target, so you can still have that nice clean look. So yeah, I installed a laser guide rod system into my Glock 19. Makes it real fun. So that's just one of the things I've done. And I don't know, it's just fun to mess around with gun stuff. I thought you guys might like that. You have a good day. Oh, and while you're at it, if you could like, subscribe, and share with your friends and stuff, that'd be pretty cool. Alright, have a good day. Thanks.